Welcome to the Movie Reactor. Today I will show you an action, adventure, and comedy film from 2014 titled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below to help advise me on how to make this channel more intriguing for your enjoyment. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. The Foot Clan, a nasty criminal organization that has been terrorizing New York City, is led by the Savage Shredder. Master Splinter, a rat sensei, has been training his 4 kids for Shredder's attack and for heroics in the sewers. Reporter April O'Neil bullies a dock worker in an effort to learn more about any potentially dangerous materials the Foot Clan may be handling. After getting no responses, she and her cameraman Vernon Fennick head into the city to shoot a trampoline exercise commercial video. While April wants to write better stories, Vern reassures her that some people enjoy these stores in the same way that they enjoy coffee froth. The port worker informs April that something is being hauled in by the docks. The Foot Clan, led by their Lieutenant Karai, is there when she brings her bike there at night and is getting ready to bring something in. When a mysterious stranger appears and kills each foot soldier individually, April is trying to record the incident on her phone. April notices the symbol the figure has left behind. She discusses this with her roommate Taylor and her employer Bernadette Thompson at work, but neither of them appear to take her account seriously. A foot soldier tries to attack a man with his hands tied behind his back, but the man defeats the soldier with ease. The Shredder is this person. He receives information from Karai regarding the vigilante activities and the need to put an end to these non-human animals. To destroy the Foot Clan, the NYPD works with Eric Sachs of Sachs Group Incorporated. Sachs is discovered by April during a gathering, and it is revealed that her father collaborated with Sachs on a project before he went away. After the incident, as April and Vern are making their way home, they notice terrified New Yorkers scurrying through the streets. When April steps outside the van to investigate, a foot soldier grabs her and drags her inside with other detainees. Karai issues a summons to the vigilantes, warning them to come forward lest the foot soldiers execute the prisoners. The Foot Clan is easily defeated by the Ninja Turtles after they catch them on camera, travel the subway to their location, and liberate the hostages as a result. To discover the turtles on the roof, April dashes outside and scales a fire escape. They are startled when she takes a photo. She is seized by the turtles and confronted by them, which causes her to pass out. When she awakens, she encounters the 4 heroes in a nutshell: the charismatic Leonardo, the perceptive Donatello, the disobedient Raphael, and the silly Michelangelo. Leo gives April's phone back after Donnie had cleaned it, cautioning her not to talk about them or they'll track her down. Mikey affirms this, and it's clear that he likes April. April captures a distant image of the turtles even after they go. April sprints home and opens a box containing Project Renaissance materials her father and Sachs were involved with. April watches a film of herself as a young child applying a mutagen on the turtles and Splinter before they underwent mutation in her father's laboratory. They all enjoyed the pizza she fed them and the names she gave them. She even recognizes the meaning of the previous symbol, which is family. The turtles make an effort to return covertly to their hideout without waking Splinter. He manages to catch them, though, and punishes them by forcing them to balance on specific objects until they explain their motivation for being on the streets. Mikey is broken by Splinter after he tempts him with pizza. When Mikey hears April's name, Splinter becomes frightened and tells the turtles to go find her. Mikey acknowledges that they had been fighting the Foot Clan. As April continues her investigation into the turtles' past, she tells Thompson what she observed the night before. Unfortunately, she is fired as a result. Vern then drives her to the Sachs estate so she can speak with Sachs face-to-face about the project he and Dr. O'Neil were working on. Sachs is shown the image of the turtles, and he invites her into his room where he tells her about his upbringing in Japan, his father's abandonment, and how he discovered a legend about a brutal warlord in the region. He presents his card to April. When April gets onto her computer to check on the turtles in the subway, she discovers that Donnie has hacked it and emailed her a location where she should meet them. She enters on her own, and the turtles bring her inside. Splinter, who remembered April before he transformed, is there when she meets him. He explains to her that while her father was working with Sachs and Shredder, he discovered that Shredder was up to no good and, in order to save himself, Dr. O'Neil burned the lab down. Splinter and the turtles were saved by April, who then brought them to the sewers for safety. Later, the mutagen kicked in and transformed Splinter into a talking, walking rat who raised the turtles as his own children. The lads were always interested in what went on above the surface, but Splinter tried to keep them at bay by teaching himself ninjutsu and then teaching it to the turtles. He gave them their signature weapons, Leo with his katanas, Donnie with his bow staff, Raph with his sai, and Mikey with his nunchucks, when they were ready. Splinter thanks April for keeping watch on them. Sax is actually working with Shredder, and they have access to his upgraded armor. The Foot Clan is also successful in locating the lair. They sneak in, setting off an alarm that warns the Turtles. With a bomb, the Foot soldiers storm in and blast everything up. Splinter joins in on the battle between the Turtles and the soldiers. Before resuming the fight, Mikey transports April to a secure location. Shredder enters the lair wearing armor and carrying many knives on each arm. Splinter, who is able to avoid Shredder's knives and land a few solid blows, opposes him. Splinter locks the doors to keep his son safe, but they open just in time for them to watch Shredder seize Splinter and hold him in front of the Turtles while threatening to murder him if they don't put their weapons down. They succeed in doing so, but Shredder still kills Splinter by striking him with enough force. Meanwhile, the soldiers use cattle prodding to capture Leo, Donnie, and Mikey and then blow up their hideout. Raph appears from the wreckage and follows April to where Splinter will be put to sleep. He begs Raph to stop Shredder and save his brothers. Raph readies himself to take action. Vern is contacted by April to drive Raph and her back to the Sax estate. Even though Vern is astonished to meet Raph, he obliges and drives them. Sax traps Leo, Donnie, and Mikey in the laboratory beneath his house in an effort to draw out the mutagen containing blood. His and Shredder's strategy is to employ a toxin to isolate the city and then use a mutagen to grab control of everyone as a treatment. Vern crashes through the gate outside, running over the Foot soldiers. Raph charges from the van and heads in search of his brothers. Vern and April come next. While April tries to inject the others with adrenaline to liberate them, Raph battles Shredder on his own. This enables them to break out and assist Raph in battling Shredder before the bad guy escapes. With Karai and the Foot soldiers pursuing them, the heroes rob a vehicle. The truck was struck by an RPG fired by the soldiers, which caused them to slip off the mountain. The Foot Clan trucks are destroyed by the Turtles as they slide down the mountain on their shells and collide with or flip over them. Donnie predicts a significant decline that will soon occur. Leo is trying to save April and Vern when Karai grabs hold of him, sending her truck flying into a tree. Raph quickly raises Leo, April, and Vern. To stop Shredder, they move on to the city. Back at Sax Tower, Shredder and Sax release the poison. Shredder is being fought by the Turtles while April and Vern search for the mutagen. They rush in, Mikey shouting, "Cowabunga!" The Turtles team up against Shredder, but he proves to be a challenging opponent. Even after Sax shoots Vern in the arm, April is able to capture the mutagen while Vern knocks Sax out. The Turtles eventually form a group and execute a move that enables them to push Shredder off the roof. Donnie moves to halt the release of the toxin as Shredder gets back to standing. Continued resistance from Leo, Raph, and Mikey allows Donnie to avert the release with just enough time. The Turtles then attempt to stop Shredder from bringing down the tower's top. In order to divert Shredder, April ascends to the roof and displays the mutagen to him. As Shredder rushes at April, the top of the tower collapses, knocking them both off. The Turtles struggle to stay attached while attempting to save April. Leo swings his katana at Shredder as he attempts to finish them off, knocking him off balance and to the ground. April and the Turtles are taken with it as the tower's top falls off. Raph says he loves his boys and that his brazen behavior was motivated by concern for them just before realizing they had landed safely. Raph denies sobbing when Mikey discovers it. They go back to the drains. Then, when Shredder flexed his hand with mutagen on his fingers, the citizens gathered around him. To resurrect Splinter, the Turtles obtain some mutagen. He is pleased with his sons. Later, April runs into Vern, who is proudly displaying his brand new vehicle. To thank April for her assistance, the Turtles arrive in their own vehicle. Then, by accident, Mikey releases a missile, which destroys Vern's vehicle. April responds that they will use the train despite the Turtles' offer to pick them up. Mikey sings Happy Together to April as they leave in their car. She beams,